Hello, and welcome back to Vintage Vehicle Files. Before we get started, I want to invite you to imagine something for a moment. When you hear the phrase American cars of the 1950s, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Big cars with plenty of chrome. Or maybe vehicles you remember from old photographs. Or stories passed down by your parents or even your grandparents. The 1950s were a fascinating time for the American automotive industry. The war was over, the economy was recovering, and car manufacturers finally had the freedom to be creative again. And they didn't hold back. Now, before we go any further, I want to make one thing clear. The word unique is very subjective. What feels unique to me may not feel the same to you. So this video isn't an official ranking. It's not a definitive list. And it's certainly not meant to be complete. This is simply my personal take on 5 American cars from the 1950s that I find especially interesting, different, and full of character. As you watch, pay attention to which car stands out to you the most, and feel free to share your own list in the comments. Alright, without further delay, let's start with the first car. Number 5. 1956 Buick Centurion. The 1956 Buick Centurion was a concept car created to showcase Buick's vision for the future of automotive design and technology. The car was first introduced at the 1956 General Motors Motorama, where it quickly became a sensation among automotive enthusiasts and collectors. The Centurion featured a sleek and futuristic design that looked unlike anything else on the road at the time. Its low-slung profile was defined by sweeping curves and sharp angles that emphasized motion even while standing still. At the front, a large chrome grille dominated the design, flanked by 2 sets of headlights that gave the Centurion a bold and commanding presence. The rear featured small fins and a rounded trunk lid, hinting at the jet-age styling trends of the mid-1950s. Power came from a 325 horsepower V8 engine, paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. The Centurion also introduced advanced technology for its time, including a push-button transmission selector. It even featured a touchscreen control panel used to manage the climate control and audio systems, a remarkable idea in the 1950s. Inside, the Centurion was just as futuristic as its exterior, with a 2-tone interior and leather seating throughout the cabin. The dashboard was highlighted by a large circular speedometer, reinforcing the car's aircraft-inspired design theme. Luxury features included power windows and a power-operated convertible top, placing the Centurion firmly in the luxury category. Although the Buick Centurion was never intended for production, it remains a lasting symbol of the golden age of automotive design and engineering. Its bold styling, advanced technology, and luxurious features helped reinforce Buick's reputation as a top-tier American luxury brand. Today, the 1956 Buick Centurion stands as a powerful reminder of how concept cars shaped the future of the modern automotive industry. Number 4. 1950 Nash Metropolitan. The 1950 Nash Metropolitan was introduced at a time when most American cars were growing larger, heavier, and more powerful. While much of the industry believed that bigger was better, Nash chose a different path, convinced that a small and efficient car could succeed in the American market. Originally introduced as the Nash NKI in 1953, the car became known as the Metropolitan the following year. The Metropolitan was the first car designed by an American company to be manufactured overseas specifically for the United States, with its sales counted against England's war debt. Although its proportions were unconventional by American standards, the Metropolitan retained familiar American styling and felt like an American car behind the wheel. The ride was soft and comfortable, and the interior was well equipped, offering conveniences such as an AM radio and windshield wipers. Power came from a 1.49-liter inline 4-cylinder engine producing 50 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. The Metropolitan featured independent front suspension with coil springs and wishbones, a live rear axle with semi-elliptical leaf springs, and 4-wheel hydraulic drum brakes. Finished in Caribbean blue over a black and white houndstooth interior, this Metropolitan convertible presents with striking visual appeal. After spending much of its life in rural Illinois, the car underwent a comprehensive ground-up restoration, including a rebuilt engine, a new top, and a brand new interior. Today, the Nash Metropolitan is remembered as a unique chapter in American and English automotive history, admired for daring to be different. Beautifully restored, this example stands as an ideal choice for collectors seeking a distinctive car that draws attention wherever it appears. Number 3. 1953 XP21 Firebird 1. The 1953 XP-21 Firebird 1 was the first gas turbine automobile ever built and tested in the United States. It was designed strictly as an engineering and styling experiment, created to evaluate whether a gas turbine could serve as an efficient and economical power plant for future vehicles. The concept originated with Holly J. Earl, General Motors' legendary vice president of styling, who also designed the aircraft-inspired body made from fiberglass-reinforced plastic. The turbine engine, known as the WorldFire Turbo Power Unit, was developed under the direction of Charles L. McCune, then general manager of the GM Research Laboratories division. Unlike a jet aircraft that produces thrust from exhaust gases, the WorldFire Turbo Power engine delivered power through a turbine connected to the rear wheels via transmission. This system allowed the Firebird 1 to operate like a conventional automobile, despite using turbine-based propulsion. The engine was capable of producing 370 horsepower at a power turbine speed of 13,000 revolutions per minute. The 1953 XP-21 Firebird 1 stands as a milestone in American automotive experimentation, combining aviation technology with forward-thinking design. Number 2. 1955 Lincoln Futura. The 1955 Lincoln Futura is a concept car developed by Lincoln, Ford's luxury sub-brand, as a bold vision of the future in automotive design. The original idea came from designer Bill Schmidt, who drew inspiration from a shark he encountered while diving, translating its sleek form into the car's dramatic lines. The Futura was the result of international collaboration. Lincoln handled design and promotion, while the Italian coach builder Ghia constructed the car entirely by hand. The car debuted at the Chicago Auto Show on January 8, 1955, shortly after being previewed to the press. It appeared at several automotive events throughout the year and was even featured on television on the Today Show in early March. Unlike many concept cars, the Futura was fully functional. It was powered by a 6-liter wide-block V8 engine producing around 300 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. Its futuristic exterior featured a transparent double canopy roof and sharp tail fins that echoed the shark-inspired design philosophy. The white paint was equally advanced. The pearlescent finish was created by mixing pulverized fish scales into the paint, giving the car a shimmering appearance. Although the Futura never entered production, it influenced several Ford family vehicles, including the Lincoln Premier and Capri, as well as the Mercury Monterey and Ford Galaxy. The 1955 Lincoln Futura remains one of the most memorable concept cars of the 1950s, representing bold imagination and experimental design. Number 1. 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. The 1957 Cadillac Brougham Eldorado was produced for only 2 years, yet it stood as one of the most technologically advanced and distinctive luxury cars of its era. Designed by Holly Earl, this model was never intended to be a high-volume seller. Instead, it served as a statement of Cadillac's engineering capability and design ambition. Although sales numbers were limited, the Brougham Eldorado left a lasting mark on the American luxury car market. One of its most important distinctions was being the first American production car to feature a 4-headlight system. Buyers could also order equipment that was highly unusual for the 1950s, including air suspension, polarized sun visors, and a specially designed accessory kit. That kit included a notebook, a removable vanity mirror, and a makeup set padded in material matched to the interior upholstery. Unlike other Eldorado models that were built on the Series 60 to C-body platform, the Brougham was based on the Series 70 architecture with a shorter wheelbase. This configuration made it a 4-door hardtop sedan that stood apart within Cadillac's lineup. At the front, the car featured 4 headlights, with horn vents positioned below them. A large metallic egg crate grille filled the space between the front fenders. Cadillac used a cast aluminum bumper that was heavily polished to resemble chrome steel, complemented by rubber-tipped bumper guards. Turn signals and parking lights were placed low on each side of the bumper. In shaping the body, Hollier emphasized rounded forms while giving the sedan a coupe-like profile. Unique details included vents above the front fenders and an unpainted stainless steel roof, which created a striking visual contrast. The doors were hinged conventionally in the front and suicide style in the rear, closing against a solid center section without a B-pillar. At the rear, the raised tail fins housed slim, vertical taillights. A three-piece cast aluminum bumper completed the design. The trunk was equipped with an electrically assisted opening and soft closing system, another advanced feature for its time. Inside, the wide door openings made entry easy. The front featured a three-person bench seat with a folding center armrest. The driver faced a chrome instrument panel with a linear speedometer and additional gauges. Rear passengers enjoy a dedicated heater that directed warm air to their feet, along with a center armrest containing a storage compartment. Power came from a 365 cubic inch or 5.9-liter V8 engine with dual 4-barrel carburetors. It was paired with a 4-speed Hydra-Matic transmission driving the rear wheels through a 3.36:1 axle ratio. Power steering and power brakes were standard, and air suspension at all four corners significantly improved ride comfort. The 1957 Cadillac Broom Eldorado remains a symbol of Cadillac's pursuit of luxury, innovation, and exclusivity in the 1950s. That wraps up my look at 5 unique American cars from the 1950s. Once again, this was just my personal perspective, and I'd love to hear yours as well. Which car stood out to you the most? And is there another 1950s American car you think belongs on this list? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.